So you want to know what it's like being on a Noma Collective trip. Three weeks exploring the beautiful city of Buenos Aires with a group of solo remote workers. During the week, we're being productive in the co-working space, but best believe there are activities planned every single day. Saying Buenos Aires is big on wine, food, and going out is an understatement, and I can confidently say we hit up some of the best spots in the city. A lot of wine was consumed. But I'm happy to say that it wasn't drinking the entire time. On the weekends, when the group is free from work, we have the full day to enjoy some wholesome daytime activities.
Buenos dias from Buenos Aires. It is officially our first Saturday of the trip. We're walking around the gorgeous streets with the group and dipping into and exploring some local markets.
Ruin that one.
Tres empanadas. Empanada.
I personally fell in love with Buenos Aires. Just walking through the streets was an absolute pleasure, especially with such great company the whole time. And finally, I can't speak about Buenos Aires without mentioning what makes Argentina what it is. On this trip, we dove right into Argentinian culture, from watching tango shows and then learning how to tango ourselves, learning about the magic of asado, and then eating some of the most delicious meat I've ever tasted in my life, and finally escaping to the countryside to ride horses and learn about the gaucho culture. But don't forget that this is a community for remote workers. Everybody on the trip has a day job. So picture the scene. It's a Monday evening in Buenos Aires and you've just finished a long work day alongside your Noma Collective pals. Everybody needs to let off some steam. So what do? La Bomba. Now, La Bomba is hosted every Monday night in BA, and in my opinion, it's a must-do. A full percussion show in a very cool location, drums beating through your chest while you sit down drinks with your Noma gang. There really aren't many better places to be, but it doesn't end there. After the show, everybody spills out onto the streets. Creating some sort of parade, we dance our way through the streets to the sound of the drums. In my opinion, there aren't many better ways to finish off a Monday. So this is my first time in Argentina, and spending 3 weeks in the big city was absolutely amazing. 3 weeks really gave me enough time to explore the city properly and without feeling rushed. The main difference I felt from being on this trip with Noma compared to one of my usual solo travels was the community. If I had to summarize this amazing experience in just 2 words, it would come down to friendships and connections. The entire 3 weeks was absolutely packed with activities.
Empanada.
The Andes.
Yes.
He's just stating.
Making sure that we experience the city to the absolute fullest, doing stuff every single day, but more than that is I always had people to do stuff with. Solo traveling can of course be lonely, but I can confidently say that being part of the Noma trip, there was not a single trace of loneliness for the entire 3 weeks. No matter what the activity was, from walking the beautiful streets, grabbing coffee, going for dinners, getting drinks, learning how to tango, it didn't matter what the activity was that we had planned, there were always people surrounding you. And not just any people, sure, we start off as strangers, but over the 3 weeks you create real friendships with people, to the point of where you start doing things together in your free time outside of what Noma already has planned for you. I'm on my way to get my first tattoo. It's gonna go right here. And this is the last time that my wrist is gonna be naked.
Tattoo time.
Garrett.
Huh?
I'm nervous.
Yeah. Oh, I love it. Wow, it looks so clean.
Personally, I've been traveling the world solo for a long time, and this was my first official group trip. But to join a group of not just backpackers, but people who also work remotely and travel at the same time, the same as me, was so inspirational. You find yourself amongst like-minded people where you don't just make friendships, but work connections as well. I'm just about to head out for a coffee with Julia. She's also on this Noma trip, and when we were introducing ourselves the other day, she found out that I do filmmaking, and I found out that she's
working on a filmmaking project. So she found me on the group chat, sent me a message and asked me if she could pick my brains about all things filmmaking. I think this is such a good example of like the community that Noma is creating, joining together all different types of professionals with different skills, and sometimes those skills line up and you can network with people. So let's go for a coffee with Julia and talk about some filmmaking. Cheers to filmmaking.
I got to explore a new city, a new culture, meet new people, do new things, all whilst making connections and friendships. And when it comes down to a successful group trip, I think Noma really knows what they're doing and they tick all the boxes.